Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So I've got an unboxing video today, and it's from, until now, for me at least, an undiscovered house. From Vcanto, we have Arsenico. Stick around. Alright, so here we are. Arsenico, might be pronouncing that wrong, by Vcanto. Now, for those of you that don't know, sorry about the audio here. For those of you that don't know, Arsenico are actually an offshoot of Tiziana Terenzi, or Terenzi. I don't know the full ins and outs. I think maybe the company is owned by two, I think maybe siblings. I could be getting this completely wrong. I think I've read that somewhere. And one's responsible for Terenzi, Tiziana Terenzi. I think Tiziana is their name. This just says Vcanto by Terenzi. Now, Arsenico, for full transparency, I do know roughly what it is, and it's going after what is now regarded as the most popular men's DNA, either currently or even possibly of all time, because it's been replicated so much. Now, I do have Blood the New Intense Man. I have Aventus cologne, but then they've got houses, like niche houses, that are going after that DNA and doing their own spin on it. Hashivat, for example, by Nishane, that's very oak moss heavy and juicy pineapple. I mean, it is its own thing, but you can tell, it's clearly, if Aventus didn't exist, then there would be no Hashivat. I've no doubt about that. Then you've got like Alan Terence Hughes, he's had a couple now. I mean, Legend, which I reviewed in my unboxing video, it's not as Aventus-y as his other offering, Supersonic and Supernova, but it's still sort of in that ballpark. Now, I think because it's such a well balanced, like appealing DNA, that people might even just naturally fall into the trap of making their own. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, this is, I figured, right? I figured if I can't get, which I can't, a good bottle of Aventus from one of the previous earlier batches, that's everything that I hear it should be from those times, for a price that isn't holding me to ransom. Because you do. If you get one of those batches that people rant and rave about, you pay big money for them. And it's a gamble as well, isn't it? Unless you can smell it. Like, the only places you're going to get those things, because they aren't readily available at retail, are like on eBay or maybe the fragrance groups that I'm in. But either which way, you're not going to be able to smell them first. But this Vcanto, this is apparently, from what I read, now, yeah, as you've noticed, I have been doing a bit of blind buying, so I can give honest first impressions to you guys. But when it comes to spending money, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And even if I did, the chances are, because something is, of higher quality, that I will know about it in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, let's get on with it. So, as you can see, it comes with this sleeve around it, and on the back. So it gives you the notes here: Calabrian bergamot, red currant, apple and pineapple in the top, and in the mid we've got red patchouli, birch, jasmine, tonka bean, benzoin, cedar, and davana, and then in the base, amber grey, moss, and musk. A lot of things in Italian, and then it says the stylistic inspiration for this creation is generated by lethal beauty of Arsenico and of the magic ring in which Lucretia or Lucretia loved to keep it safe, like a loyal friend who never leaves your side, or a terrible weapon always ready to be drawn in self-defense to wage battle, eager to conquer or to seduce in the subtle silence of the ethereal world without making a single sound. Don't you just love marketing? Eh? You know, going off that, if that was um, a true key as to what was going to happen, I would spray this and I would be transported to another realm. Now let's get it open. Oh, it's tight. That's what she said. We've got a nice like velvety box. Very Zerjoffy that, isn't it? It opens there. So far, presentation is really impressive, really high quality. Let's see. Wow, bloody neck. Look at these guys. Huh? I like that. I really do. Very plush. But yeah, oh, it's velvety, just like the box. Also, quite Suspiro. You know, it looks quite Suspiro as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, oh, nice heavy cap as well. Let's see what it's all about. Back on the front with fingerprint magnet. So here we have Arsenico by V Canto. Timed. Yeah, it is. That's high quality though. I'll tell you that for now. I, I've yet to smell something within this DNA when it's crafted well that when I first smell it doesn't make me smile. I tell you what though, this there is a twist on this, and I like it. Right, okay, so wow, you know, I was a little bit hesitant um, because of A, the price, and B, Fragrantica didn't have it rated very highly. This is a perfect example of why sometimes they don't get it right on there. Obviously, I can't tell you what the performance is like. This is just first impressions, but oh. So the twist I was just referring to, I'm just looking at the notes there, you know, to have an idea of exactly what it is that's making this different. And whether it be the amounts of everything, there's it must be the patchouli, because the greenness in this, although oak moss is in there, well, moss, the greenness in this is very different. I like it a lot. I mean, I love patchouli. In patchouli rich fragrances like tuxedo and its interpretations, that's what it is about those fragrances that I love the most, and in other things that are heavy in patchouli. But this isn't heavy in patchouli, and it notes red patchouli, so I'm not entirely sure how that differs. But wow, I really like this. If this performs well, then I'm just going to put it out there now. I don't know for sure, but this might be, it's got a chance anyway. It's in the running of being my favourite Aventus inspired by, honestly. It's clean, slightly powdery. There's a floral aspect, but I mean, that must be from the jasmine, yeah. But it is different. Different enough to be its own thing. I really like this. I really, really like this, guys. You know what this means as well, don't you? I'm going to have to explore more from the house. Credit card is shaking in my wallet. Don't get into debt for this hobby. So yeah, this is really nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna give myself a good spray, like, because just like Curly says, don't be a sissy spray. I am team overspray, like even with really strong stuff. Um, Not if I'm going to be around people in close quarters, like, you know, in a professional sense. But yeah, so I've given this a good spray. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away, and do a bit of things, and I'll come back to you in like 20 minutes or something like that and tell you what I think. But I'm not going to be able to give you the true idea of what it's like without a full wear. See what it's like throughout the day, what it's like in the deep dry down, etc., etc. But yeah, see you in a bit. All right, guys. So yeah, quite excited about this one. I can't lie. Now, if you shop around, you'll save, and you won't have to look far. Trust me. The retail on this is, it's steep. I mean, if you can help it, if there's a way, you know, never pay retail. And like I say, you won't have to do much digging around until you can find this with like a third off. But that, it's still pricey at that. Let's get on with how it wears. So that opening, it sticks around for a typical time, 20 minutes, something like that. And then as it starts to dry and get into the mid, I picked up that red currant, and sets it aside again even further from the DNA that it's going after. Um, it, it it stops it being like juicy in terms of, like, you know, the other fruits, um, and keeps it more like a dryness, like the fruit, like instead of like a juicy fruity fragrance that has you like salivate, and it's like, you know, like cranberries are like dry, like that's what I like imagine it being. It's the red currants or red berries, whatever it is. It keeps it dry, and that in turn leads into the powderiness that you're getting from like the jasmine. It's beautifully balanced. This, you know, really is. Oh, honestly, yeah. The powdery floral, it's not. It doesn't make it feminine at all, because it's it's got its correct place in the composition, um, and you do get the smokiness with the birch, and I think the moss contributes to that. The patchouli, I'm assuming that this is what I'm getting that sets the greenness aside from everything else that I've ever smelled that's went after this DNA, that's been oak moss heavy, like Hachivat and everything else. Um, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I can only assume that with some more wears, I'm going to get to love it even more. So, I mean, I'm not into the deep dry down yet, obviously. So, I'm going to start doing weekly wears videos soon. And some of the things that I've done first impressions of, I'm going to make sure to include those in my weekly wears, so I can um, give you an honest account of how they are, you know, how they wear. But this guy, Arsenico by Vcanto. It's a belter. It really is. So that was just a quick one today, guys. Obviously, just first impressions. Um, but let me tell you, I'm very impressed. Until you hear from me again, look after each other, look after yourselves, stay safe, stay fresh, and I'll see you again next time. By the way, why aren't you all subscribing, man? Down in that, get that subscribe button bashed. Thumbs up. In the comments, let's start a dialogue. What's your favourite Aventus DNA? See you later.